You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Senator, I am insulted by your comment.
Duty, honor, and respect. You talked about that in your opening statement, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moran said, I wrote down her words. She said, by their actions, you know what someone's character is like. You agree with that?
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Hot News Today, the channel where we cut through the noise and tell it straight. Now, I just watched a Senate hearing that honestly left me stunned, and not because of the witnesses. It's because Senator John Kennedy came in with facts, discipline, and the kind of direct honesty we rarely see in Washington anymore. This video you're about to watch, it's a masterclass in accountability. Kennedy didn't sugarcoat anything. They asked the tough questions nobody else wants to touch. They exposed contradictions, and they held people's feet to the fire on behalf of the American people. Exactly what a real representative is supposed to do. If you care about border security, government honesty, and hearing the truth without the political fluff, trust me, you're going to want to watch this breakdown all the way through. Before we dive into the full reaction, do me one big favor. Hit that like button, tap subscribe, and ring that notification bell. This is Hot News Today. Let's get into it.
Mr. Arthur, you are with the Center for Immigration Studies, is that right?
That's correct, Senator.
And that's a nonpartisan think tank, is it?
It is, sir.
Okay. The border is an open, bleeding wound, isn't it?
That's a fair way to characterize what's been going on for the last 4 years, sir.
The southern border is chaotic by design, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've been covering the border for 3 decades, and yeah, it's pretty chaotic.
Would it be fair to say that the broken southern border is man-made?
It would be fair to say that, sir, based on policies that have been implemented.
And that man's name is Joe Biden, isn't it?
That would be a fair assessment, yes, Senator.
Under President Biden, if you wait in line for legal immigration, you're a chump, aren't you?
When you look at the benefits that have been given to people and the speed at which they've been released into the United States, I would be chagrined if I were waiting.
You're a
years.
chump, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
General,
Yes,
you
sir.
believe in open borders, don't you?
I believe in the rule of law, sir.
Right. And it makes you angry that President Trump does not believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Senator, I'm not here to discuss immigration policy. I'm here to discuss whether or not we use the military to enforce it.
And it makes you angry that most Americans don't believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Not in the slightest, sir. Again, I am not here to discuss the immigration policy.
Yeah. Duty, honor, respect, you talked about that
Yes,
in
Senator.
your opening statement. On October 14th of this year, you went on CNN. I want to read you what you said, make sure I'm accurate. Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. Bob Woodward, if he as chairman of the Joint Chiefs is calling the president a fascist, I'm so proud of him for breaking that barrier. The challenge is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is. The reality is that they are in fact fascists themselves. Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I am happy to discuss my personal perspectives with you separately at any time. That's not the purpose of the hearing today.
Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Absolutely not, Senator. I am here to discuss the use of the military as part of this mass deportation.
You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Senator, I am insulted by your comment.
Duty, honor, and respect. You talked about that in your opening statement, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moran said, I wrote down her words. She said, by their actions, you know what someone's character is like. You agree with that?
Senator, for 35 years, I served my country with absolute honor and distinction, and I will continue to do so.
You agree with what Ms. Moran said?
Of course.
Got a few minutes left.
23 seconds.
Well, actually, you let Ms. Klobuchar go well over, so I'm assuming you'll extend me the
I'll
same.
give you the
courtesy.
same minute I gave to her.
You gave it a minute 20. I timed it.
You're using.
I watched you like a hawk, Dick. Mr. Melnick, Mr. Reichland Melnick, you believe in open borders too, don't you?
I do not, Mr. Kennedy.
On November 1st, 2022, you tweeted, both Texas and Louisiana have their knives out for black immigrants. Do you remember that tweet?
I don't, but it's quite possible.
What Texans It's not only possible, it happened. You're not denying it, are you?
No, I'm saying, referring
What
to the
Texas?
context.
Who are
I
you
actually
talking
don't
to?
know the
Who
context.
are you talking to about who in Texas had their knives out for black immigrants?
Guessing the context, but my suspicion is
Give
that
me
it
a
has to
name.
do the
Give me a
Attorney
name.
General Ken Paxton and
Give
the
me a
Attorney
name.
General of
Give me a
Louisiana.
name.
I just did.
You don't have a name, do you?
I just said Ken Paxton.
You don't have a name, do you? You just said it, didn't you?
Just said Ken Paxton.
All right, how about Louisiana? You said Louisiana has its knives out for black immigrants. Who in Louisiana were you talking about?
Again, I'm not certain. That was 2 years ago, and as I'm sure you know, much has happened in the last 2 years.
Well, did you say it?
Again, I do not remember the context.
But you don't.
Senator
You
Kennedy.
said somebody had their knives out from Louisiana for black immigrants, but you don't know who they were. You just said it.
I said the Attorney General of Louisiana and Texas, and I believe this referred to specifically lawsuits brought and arguments that were made in court that the arrival of Haitians
I'm out
and
of time,
others
but I
were
want to get you
inherently
on the
dangerous,
record.
which was
You
not.
Thank you very much, Senator.
believe
Appreciate
that the
your
Attorney
questions.
General at that time of Louisiana had his knives out for black immigrants. That's your testimony.
Given their
Thank you,
litigation
Senator Kennedy.
conduct, yes.
Senator Hirono.
Thank you, Mr.
All
Chairman.
right. Now that we've seen the full exchange, let's talk about what actually happened in that room, because Senator John Kennedy was on absolute fire. First of all, Kennedy opened with a point that millions of Americans are already thinking. The southern border is an open, bleeding wound, and it didn't happen by accident. They pushed the witnesses to admit what everyone knows but refuses to say. The chaos we're seeing right now is a direct result of the policies coming out of the Biden administration. And the witnesses, even the ones trying to dance around it, couldn't avoid acknowledging the obvious. Kennedy made it crystal clear. If you follow the legal immigration process, this administration is treating you like a chump while rewarding whoever cuts the line. That's not fairness. That's not compassion. That's a betrayal of every immigrant who played by the rules. Then Kennedy went after this idea that these witnesses somehow don't support open borders. And you could see it, the hesitation, the dodging, though I'm not here to discuss that. Come on. Kennedy asked straight questions. The American people deserve straight answers. Now, the moment that really blew me away was the confrontation with the general. Kennedy brought receipts, literally, reading the general's past statements about Trump, MAGA voters, and calls of fascism. The general suddenly didn't want to talk about their own public statements. But Kennedy wasn't letting that slide. And honestly, good. If you're going to go on national TV and label millions of Americans as fascists, you better be ready to defend that claim, especially when you're testifying in front of Congress. Kennedy exposed the contradiction between claiming to uphold duty, honor, and respect, and then throwing around inflammatory political labels on cable TV. Then came the second witness, the one who claimed states like Texas and Louisiana had their knives out for black immigrants. Kennedy pressed them hard to explain who exactly they were accusing. And what happened? More dodging. More I don't remember. More excuses. Kennedy wasn't having it. They forced the witness to confront the fact that they couldn't back up their own inflammatory tweets. And honestly, that's exactly why oversight matters. You can't just smear entire states or millions of American citizens and then pretend you forgot the context. What Kennedy did today wasn't mean. It wasn't unfair. It was accountability, and this country needs a whole lot more of that. This hearing showed why Senator John Kennedy continues to stand out. They asked the questions others won't. They expose political games being played behind the scenes. And they fight for the truth even when it makes people uncomfortable. And that's why this reaction is in favor of Kennedy. They were the only one in that room speaking for the people watching this mess unfold in real time. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Kennedy was right to press them this hard? What moment shocked you the most? This was Hot News Today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.